like I promised you, we will do some work on how I would go about initially doing a background check on someone. It depends on what I have. I might be limited. I might have a person's name. Hopefully that it's unique enough. Like your name, Bethia, would probably be unique enough that I would get a hit off just the name. But a lot of times I can get a social. Somebody has a social security number, which is very helpful. So in almost any locate case, you're going to have some sort of database that you work with. Like I said, IRB, TLO, Accurate. To give you an idea, TLO.com, give you an idea of the industry itself. Let's go to the TLO website, which is TLO.com. This is Hank Asher, and of course this is John Walsh. Hank Asher has been involved in this whole database industry for a long time. He comes and goes from the industry, I think maybe because he sells a business and then probably has like a non-compete where he has to stay out of the business for a while, and boom, then he pops back in again.
You have to pay a fee every month for this, right?
You pay a fee, a monthly fee for these, or you pay by the search.
What kind of search is that for?
We'll go in and we'll do some. You'll see exactly what they are. This is a little presentation by TLO.
This has been mine and Hank Asher's dream for years, that the private sector, a private company, could be part of the solution. This is the TLO mission statement. We're dedicated to creating technology, systems, and tools that protect children, people, companies, and countries from risk, fraud, and theft. We're going to make sure it's going to be much less safe to be dangerous.
We're developing a number of technology-based tools that will be useful in investigating a wide range of crimes, frauds, identity thefts, and things like that.
I'm at the headquarters, the world headquarters, of a company called TLO here in Boca Raton. And this is my friend Hank Asher.
You see what our new stuff is doing? It sunsets the old products. I mean, the investigative knowledge that we can get with computers today is way more than we ever could before.
To operate in the 21st century, TLO has built a workplace like no other. TLO has a state-of-the-art facility.
It's a well-oiled machine. We have law enforcement agencies working in the office 24 hours a day. We have child protective groups working in the office.
TLO's new product, TLO XP, will make every other tool of its type obsolete. In 1992, Hank Asher invented the online investigative tool AutoTrack. Then in 2001, Hank designed Accurate. After September 11, 2001, Hank concentrated on systems for identifying and finding terrorists. Success stories include identifying the Beltway snipers, who were caught the very next day. Now in 2010, Hank has once again reinvented this industry. TLO's a masterful fusion of tens of thousands of unique and powerful databases that unearth answers previously unattainable. Here at TLO, we've tried to put together a world-class team to deliver a world-class product. Martha Barnett, a lawyer and the former president of the American Bar. Ken Hunter, former chief postal inspector who traveled the world looking for bad guys. Mike Moore, a lawyer and former attorney general of Mississippi. Bob Butterworth, a lawyer, former sheriff, and former attorney general of Florida. Bill Shrewsbury, retired from law enforcement, but a cop's cop.
We live in a global technological environment where access to data is a key to the success of any business. TLO, and using Hank Asher's genius and understanding of data, is developing commercial products for lawyers, for investigators, for reporters, for everybody who is in the business world today
and we're doing it here at TLO the way we've never done it before.
Now we have a new mission, and that mission is to use the technology and the genius that Hank Asher and his crew put together.
We are not only saving lives, protecting families, but we are protecting your privacy and ensuring your security for time to come.
TLO is a company for the 21st century.
So that's one. This is the newest company that's out there that's trying to solicit its product to people like us, the private investigative industry. Another company out there is called IRB, and like the introduction told you, Hank Asher started with AutoTrack. So I had AutoTrack. And remember, 28 years. So I started with AutoTrack, and then AutoTrack was bought, and then I was with Accurant, and then Accurant was bought by LexisNexis. But I still have that same account. So I've never gone to try anything new, the TLO or the IRB. I have never left. I still have my Accurant account. But again, this is the same stuff. Remember, this is the same guy that designed everything. So what I'm going to do on Accurant is basically what you're going to be able to do on TLO. And the reason why I'm pushing TLO to you guys is because he's giving you, I think, 3 months free to try it.
Oh.
Which Accurant, which is a product that's been around a while, they're not going to give you anything. Plus the fact they're very leery about giving the private investigators anymore. It's hard to get an Accurant account if you're a private investigator. They'll only give you an account through their sister partner, which is IRB. They are the ones that set up private investigator accounts. So I would recommend TLO or IRB. I have heard from most private investigators that they really like IRB.
Better than TLO?
Yeah, because TLO is new. Not many people have it or use it yet. What I'm saying to you, maybe a new group, maybe you guys get involved in TLO, maybe that will be, a new one.
3 months for free.
They're giving you 3 months for free.
Absolutely.
Maybe it would be worth it.
Yep.
And technology is always getting more advanced, and you learn something new, and something new comes out.
Mm-hmm. Now, anytime you're getting into a database like this, remember this information is also tied into more sensitive information like your credit history reports. Some of the information that they're pulling is coming from your credit report. Like we call it credit header information, which is your address information. For a private investigator, I'd rather know what your current address is rather than that you were 3 payments late on your American Express card. Mm-hmm. If I look at a credit report, I really want to, mostly I want to know what's your current address. What is the address that you're having your, all your bills sent to? What is the address you report to all your credit card companies? So that's called, that address information on your credit report is called a credit header information. Well, these companies pull that information from credit reports. So it's going to ask me what I want to do. Now, and through this system, I can run a tag, I can run a vehicle registration search, I can order a Carfax report. Again, you'll have same things available to you no matter what product you're using. In this case, I am going to do a person search because I'm interested in knowing where a particular person lives. Now again, under the Fair Credit Reporting Act and also under GLBA, which is the same thing about sharing sensitive information, I have to go in and state what is my permissible use. Why am I accessing this information? And I'm a fraud prevention detection investigator, and I work for the insurance industry and claims investigations. Now, in my particular subject, I know his social security number. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in.
Now, when we would, what we would, well, let me sorry.
What would you put?
Yeah, what would we put?
You'd have to read those permissible use statements and figure out which one applies for you.
Okay.
It might vary from case to case.
You know that the Social Security, the first three number tells you which state it was issued? Oh, you know that? Yeah, I found that out the other day.
Yeah.
According to the first three number, that tells you the state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we were younger, it indicated where the state in which you first started working. Now it indicates where you're born, because now when do you have any children? As soon as you have a child, like a month later, their Social Security card comes in the mail. It's really funny. But when we were kids, we had to apply for a Social Security card when we wanted to go to work.
True.
I saw that on TV.
That's also a great tool when you want to try to find somebody. You look at the Social Security number, okay? And if it's Bethia and the Social Security number tells me he's from Illinois, I might want to search Illinois for Bethias. I might find a family member or relative of his that I can contact. Also, when I'm looking at an address report, everybody always wants to go to the newest address to see where he is, where he's living. But you know what? If you back up 20 years and look at the oldest address, you might find the parents' or the grandparents' address.
So what can you tell by 454?
You can tell the state that he's from. Here, I'll show you. So we have our individual here. Comes up, he has a P.O. box. So he's been using the P.O. box since 08 to September 11. Let's see, there's several accounts of his in here. Let's see if he slipped up and gave an address.
There's one.
But those are older. This is 89, 92. Sandberry keeps coming up. He's 59 years old. There's a 09 Sandberry. He might own that property. Although this is 09, it's Orlando Street. Could be a business address. Sandberry comes up again. Sandberry comes up for a long time, 88 to 09. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to order what they call a comprehensive report. I want to see everything that the computer can search out about this guy and put it together in one nice, neat, comprehensive report for me. Typically these reports cost about $12 when you order them. Could be $12.50. Most clients will pay you $35 just to run this report. If you advertised in a local newspaper, or if you had lived in a small town or anything, you just said, locate an old friend. This system, about 99.9% will find your old friend. As long as he's like not America's Most Wanted or trying to, not be found. But if it's just an old friend that you've lost contact with, this system will find them.
So you pay a monthly, so you don't have to pay the $12.
No, because I pay monthly.
So you could do as many searches for a month.
I think the searches cost me 50 cents.
So you pay monthly plus 50 cents.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
either way. You could pay maybe nothing, but you could pay per search, $12.50. Or you could pay $75 a month and then a small minimum search fee.
Okay. But you say most people would pay $35 for this.
You could I bill my clients $35 for this every time I run it.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. Let's see. I think it's the wireless. I think it's done. Just have to find it. I just lost my connection, so now I have to go in. Go into my account manager, which is kind of like my billing area, and find the report. There it is. Okay, view report. Why is it not coming up?
There's nothing. Mm.
Says it's done. Error on page. Don't normally have this problem.
When you know it, huh?
Mm-hmm. Just give me an open. Alright. There it is. Okay. So there's his report. And the thing is that this is a report that you can compile on your own. I mean, you could search various sites and put this same information together, but it saves me time. It
Absolutely.
saves me time from having to do it. It basically tells me that here's his mobile telephone number with New Singular, Bell South, some different telephone numbers. Shows me his address, then the PO address, the old address. People at work, JR Tours LLC, business address. So his employer identification number. There's his driver's license. It has that Sandberry Boulevard on it. And there's the PO box. When did he get that duplicate? Issued a duplicate. He started using the PO box in 2007. Looks like. He's 5 feet 8 inches tall. Here's the address. 85 says that it's owned by Joshi Rasha. That's him. But the woman that called me is most likely Trishna Joshi. So she's probably living there.
Mm-hmm. How'd you get to the value of the house and everything? When it was sold and
Yeah.
You track anybody down like this?
Yeah.
How about if they're a judge or public records? They fill out these forms that they're not on public records, or police officers, or any law enforcement agency. They fill out a certain form
Yeah.
that they don't come up at public records, and it's hard to track.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Could be.
there's a Ford Explorer I had, 2004 Ford Explorer. There it is, Ford Explorer.
Yeah, the white
Ford
excursion. Oh, she said expedition, so it's an excursion.
Mm-hmm.
White excursion. We could transfer people that from that. I think we'll probably just pick him up at work. Just have to know that we have him, not his brother.
Is he Indian?
Sounds like
So how about if I put one of those Indian stuff and a dot on my forehead
Yeah, you could.
and say, how you doing, my brother?
You need a job. My brother of a different mother.
How you doing?
Says salam alaikum and salami and bacon.
Salami and bacon. Here's the Lincoln Town Car, 2006. It says it's historical, but his brother's supposed to drive it. These are historical, means these are old cars that had been registered to him in the past.
Wow, it goes back that far. It's amazing.
I know. It'd be kind of cool just to put your own name in and see which comes up.
I got a problem with my name. My son is a junior. I'm a senior. And anything my son does, or anything, they mix his stuff with mine. When you go into credit, you have some things in his credit, my credit, and they mix it all up. You see that a lot? With a junior and a senior? Yeah.
Do you both use junior? Does he
No.
use junior?
No, he doesn't use junior, he doesn't use, and I don't use senior.
That's why.
We're both just Harry Perez, that's it.
Uh-huh.
I'm just hoping one of these days they don't come after me. It's,
Shows the accidents that he's been involved in.
Yeah.
2002, 2003, 2005.
There's a lot of accidents.
So he drives a lot. Trishna, that's her. And then professional licenses, voter registration, possible associates. Then it just breaks down each associate by their name, their Social Security. See, it says issued in Florida. His was issued in Texas. His social. So he's from Texas. Your driver's license number is the same thing. You know, driver's license number is just a syntax. A syntax of your name, date of birth. Like mine is B420. The B stands for Billick. The 420 stands for, like, you don't do vowels. B has already been used. I is a vowel. L is 400. Y is a vowel. K is a 20. So it's B420. And then 59, my year of birth. And then 247 is like July 7th, and it comes to the number 247.
Isn't one of them the last one 0 or 1, whether you're male or female?
No, the male or female is the last digits. You add 500 if it's a female. So if all females, the last 3 digits of your driver's license, if you pull it out, it will be over 500. All of us will be under 500.
Well, the last 4 digits of mine is 1570.
The last 4 digits? What does it say, the whole thing?
262 53 1570.
Say it again.
262
Uh-huh.
53
Uh-huh.
1570.
1570. So it's 570. 570. It's over 500.
Oh, I see what you're saying by you're looking at that. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah,
so
okay.
mine is 343.
Yeah. Thank God. If it was over 500,
242. 163. First name P for Perez. Alright, I gotta figure this out.
I actually have the thing on my computer on how to figure it out.
That's cool.
So, okay, so this is our initial starting point. This guy's been in a lot of accidents, and then it goes through and it tells us everybody that he was associated with. It kind of gives us their breakdown of their name and their date of birth.
We mean friends?
Well, when we were up here, when we were further up, what happens is that it tells you that he lived at this address, 1234 Orlando Street, and then he lived there himself. And then at 84 Sandbury, he lived there, but so did these people. These 3 people. So then it goes back and starts telling us who these 3 people are. They have been associated with him by address. And they all have the same last name. Pandya.
So those are family members.
They're probably family members.
So that's a way to track them, then you get to him. I got you.
And the house was actually owned at one time by Sharda Pandya. So the fact that these 3 people might be tied to him might be because they're the ones that own the house before him and his wife bought it. That could be the connection. So, to get back to the, let's see if he has, there must be kids. I don't know how old they are. He's 59, he's not that young. His kids must be pretty old. She got child custody from a 59-year-old guy. That's strange. A little bit.
Maybe there's an age difference.
Yeah.
If they got custody, maybe he had a child at a late age.
You got Shivani, 29.
Shivani A and a Shivani L.
You have a Trishna, Joshi Trishna, 25.
She's 25?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You bastard.
What's that, his daughter?
His wife?
Oh, his wife is 25?
No, we don't.
We don't know.
We're just...
He's thinking.
Well, everybody, unless Pandya, she was a Rashka. So remember Panda? Remember that connection? Joshi Pandi Rashka, 51, and then so he's a Pandya. Because his is Joshi, and then it says Joshi Rasha, 50. Then there's a Joshi or Trishna Rashi, 25. Joshi Trishna, 24.
In an Indian marriage, when they marry, they take on the names of their husband's first name. Instead of their last names.
Really, their husband's first name?
Oh, okay.
So not the last, just the first? Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's tradition. For whatever, like Social Security and legal reasons, whatever. They might also take on his last name or not take on the name at all. But
Yeah.
traditionally, they if his first name is Joshi, then she becomes Joshi, whatever her
Trishna Rashka.
Ah.
So it could be not child custody. This could be just an all-out divorce, and she's trying to get alimony. But I don't know. Do you get alimony?
Not anymore.
No.
I think not in the state of Florida.
Not in the state of
No,
Florida?
I think in the state of
You
Florida.
used to in the state of Florida because my mom got it.
And they
But
said
not
in the state
anymore.
of Florida, when you get a divorce and you both agree,
Mm-hmm.
there's no alimony, there's nothing.
So I'm going to save this report to my desktop. Again, as my reference. I'm going to call it
Is there any
Joshi.
more information on it?
No, not really.
No? Oh, okay.
That's it. So let's say I'm doing a background database and it happens to be on this person. My report would start out indicating that the subject it appears to be a 5'8"
Male.
could say Indian male. He has his own business called RJ
LLC. And
Tours LLC. The business location. His cellular phone number. People at work. So he owns his own business, which appears to be RJ Tours LLC. An FEIN number, put that in there. He appears to have been in this business since at least 2005. Prior to that, he had another company called R. Joshi. Before that, or after that, he had a company called Joshi Rajendra. So he might be operating under his own name, and that way he could be like a taxi cab driver, and just he calls his business by his name. That way he doesn't have to have a fictitious name or any other business filing. And then we put in there that he owns a house. As to whether or not he lives there is a different story, because we have information that he might be estranged from his current wife, but that the house is the market value is about $177,000, and we can of course go to the Orange County records and look up the current value of that property. He bought the property from Samuel Pierce. Looks like he bought it for $97,000. Whether or not there's any other second liens on it, we don't have any information about that. So so I could give a little bit of background about him, where he works. And then I'm pretty much done with this system, because this system is just basically finding most of the people for me and giving me a starting point. And then I would go here to the, I'd go back to the internet, and I would check the county court records. Now he's in Orange County.
Won't California come up too?
Could, I should do Florida. Orange County.
Yeah, every time you do Orange County, the first thing that comes up is Orange County, California. We looking for the property appraisers?
No, I'm just looking for any type of litigation. Looking for the clerk,
Clerk of the
county
court.
clerk.
Yeah, that's usually what you have to put clerk of courts, because I've done this.
Right there. My orange clip.
Yeah.
And AVG, that's free, right? That's antivirus?
Yeah. ABG for free.
Oh, there's Lydia Gardner.
Public records.
I did not find this very helpful, this site. It was very hard to get any information. Oh my God, they even got a link for Casey Anthony court records. Good God, people. I had nothing else better to do.
She had to testify yesterday about that case. The nanny. And she pleaded the fifth. Everything was she pleaded the fifth, and then she had a wig, she had a hat, she had sunglasses, and then she walked into court and said, I pleaded fifth. I pleaded fifth. I pleaded fifth. So now they're going before a judge, so the judge could order her.
Good.
But you know what? What comes around
What is it? Comes around, goes around, or what goes around, comes around the other way?
Oh yeah, she'll be in jail.
Yep.
No, like
It'll be like the O.J. Simpson thing.
like OJ. Oh, look at him. He's in jail now.
Yep.
Okay, we have no records on him
Mm-hmm.
by that name.
Okay.
Try last name Joshi,
Alright.
just in case.
Alright.
Or
And what is this you're looking for? Criminal record? It's just
anything on the county level.
Yeah. And are you on the civil side or the?
I'm
Yeah.
on the civil side.
Okay.
because I know if you go to the Orange County tax appraiser
Mm-hmm.
and you put his address,
Uh-huh.
all the information, if he has a second mortgage and everything comes out. And how much he owes on the property and what it's worth, and what is the taxes.
Rajendra. Let me make sure I spelled right.
Mhm.
Rajendra. What was the other name we had him by?
Panda. Panda.
Panda.
P-A-N, was it D-H-A or something like that?
He also goes by Ragin. R-A. The Ragin Cajun. Josh. And the other name he goes by is Panda Man.
Excuse me.
The Panda Man can't cause he turns it.
P-A-N-D-Y-A.
Pandia. Okay, so we can add in our background search that doesn't appear to be involved in any type of civil litigation in Orange County. And next, like I told you, we can go to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
Now that county clerk's office would have showed criminal too.
But this would be more comprehensive.
This is statewide.
Yeah.
This is statewide. This is the official site. You want to make sure that you're on the right site. And down here you'll see criminal history, general public, $24. So click here. Boom, start your search. And if you have a credit card and you pay the $24, you will get the report. Let's see if I have a report.
But if you go on that other website, do you get the criminal record, right? The
What other?
TLO, the new one you gave us was that T.
TLO.
You pay that monthly fee.
No, you're gonna get accidents, maybe traffic cases.
But no criminal record.
It's not comprehensive. You might get a criminal record, but it's not thorough enough to consider it a background check.
And Lexington, what's that?
It's not thorough enough. You do that first, find out what information you can get from it. Let's say it costs you $12.50. You then go on the FDLE, $24. Now you're up to $36.50. The other thing I want to do is, and we also check to see if he's ever slipped and fell. Because remember, when you do a court search, you're checking to see if he's ever been involved in any previous litigation. Has he sued anybody? Has anybody sued him? So you're pretty much showing that he's been in business, but it doesn't appear that he's ever been sued. Now, we didn't check his company name. we might want to check his company name to see if they've ever been sued. We could check his criminal personally. We find out he has a clean criminal record. And that was, that's at fdl.state.florida.us. That's the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, criminal history information. And then I would go to Florida Workers' Compensation Claim Search. And this is a database that's run by the state. It tells me if you've ever had a work-related injury. Claims database. And boom, I can enter the claims database, put in your last name, and you might say, well, why would somebody need to know that? Well, if I was hiring a person, and I spent $100 for a background check, and I find out that the person's had like 3 prior claims.
Mm-hmm. I don't.
You know?
My brother-in-law just got denied for a job.
Excuse me.
He went to apply for a job,
Mhm.
and they called him back and said, we can't hire you because you had a workman's compensation 10 years ago,
And you didn't disclose it in
and
your
you didn't
application.
disclose it, and it's the same company that's insuring us now, so we can't hire you.
Mhm.
And it was a guaranteed job through a friend of his,
Yeah.
and they denied him. Passed the drug, the criminal background, everything, just because of one workman's comp case.
No, not because of the workers' comp case.
Yeah.
Because of why?
He didn't disclose.
They didn't disclose. They can't deny you employment for a prior workers' comp case.
Oh.
It's better for them if you tell them that you've been injured and had a previous claim, let's say a back injury. As strange as it sounds, they like that. That's good for them because now they're protected. They're entitled. If an employer hires someone who's disclosed a previous injury, they are then eligible. If they hire that person, they're then eligible to this for the Special Disability Trust Fund. Every employer pays into a trust fund. They don't want somebody to be blackballed if you've been injured on a job. So if you get hired by that company, if something happens to you, instead of it coming out of the employer's pocket, it comes out of the trust fund, the Special Disability Trust Fund pocket. As long as you disclose it.
That's
If you
why
don't disclose it, you're screwing everybody. You're messing the system up. You're lying on your application, which is why he wasn't hired. He didn't. He felt that was negative information. He didn't want to disclose it.
There was a letter carrier, the post office hurt her back.
Yeah.
And when it hurt her back, they asked her if she disclosed it when she got hired. And she said, yes. And they checked the application. She didn't put nothing down. When they said any accidents and everything, they terminated her. The line on the application when she got hired.
Yep. Ouch. So basically we have done a cursory search. We've checked the local county court records. We used our own private database and we did a criminal history check. So the things that we would cross out is that the person hasn't sued anybody, no one's suing him. He doesn't have a criminal history. He owns property. The house appears to be, like $177,000 property. He lives in Orange County. And he has his own business or had his own business in the past. Everything that we've seen about this guy, there's nothing really derogatory that we've found. There isn't anything that should stop you from hiring this guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you even check to see if he's had any previous work claims, and he hasn't. So, the reason why that one company could find it so quick too is that they were the same insured. They ran his name in their own system, and boom, comes up.
And his friend told, you got the job guaranteed. Don't worry about it. I'm the boss. You got it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, poor guy. Now you can run driving records. You can go to the county courthouse and run a driving record, or your TLO or your database. It'll let you run a driving record on an individual.
And which one is that?
Any of them.
The
TLO, IRB, Accurate, they're all going to let you run a
Because I did it
driving
with a number through Tallahassee,
Mm-hmm.
Department of Transportation. It's a phone number I got at home.
Uh-huh.
And I put the license number and it gives me the information on it. But it's
Uh-huh.
through Tallahassee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some ways to cheat. Let's say you wanted to go and find out what cars I owned. I'm not recommending you do this.
What says it? Renew Florida.
It didn't spell registration.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
God, my stomach is killing me.
Go redo. There it is. Go renew. Okay. So this person here tells you that you're not authorized to access someone else's information.
But people do.
Okay. And then it says, enter one of the following items: Florida driver's license or social security number. Let's see if we can do it with this guy.
That's good to know. 454 is Texas. 122 is New York.
And then
That's not enough digits, is it?
date of birth, section 2. Date of birth and last 4 digits of his. Okay, now see, we have this information up here,
Mm-hmm.
so we can go back to it. Date of birth.
7/1.
That's not good. 7/1952. Seven.
Here it is, 7/1/1952.
7/1/1952. Seven. 1/1952. Last 4 digits of his social security number.
2764.
It's his mailing address that he has on file. We could change it if we wanted to.
Different
Butler
presidential
Bay.
address.
So when did it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Bingo.
3301.
Butler Bay.
Bay Drive.
North.
Yep, that's right down the block from me.
Okay. Continue. We don't want to do any of that. Okay. So now it tells us his cars.
Mercedes.
Ask me which ones I would like to renew. Take no action. Should we change everything? So here's his driver's license number. J200 720 52 2410.
Where's the license plate?
License plate? What about 'em?
Mercedes
It's right there, you
Benz.
see it.
You have a J19 NRK,
Mm-hmm.
a J18 NRK.
And
He
then
has a Mercedes Benz for cars and vans. What does that mean?
Cars and Van, it's a company. And then his date of birth is 7/1.
And you got a
Birthday's in
Ford.
July.
Remember she said you had a Ford
yeah.
D418.
And
So that's the Ford.
Mhm.
The 18 is a Mercedes.
And then that other plate's not assigned to a vehicle.
Oh, okay. Might have just sold something. Here gives a little more information. It's a 99 Mercedes, 2001 Ford.
It says it's non-titled.
And a 1999 Lincoln.
The Mercedes doesn't have a title.
Lincoln, Mercedes, 2001. That's because it might not be, I don't know, maybe it's not titled in Florida or something. So, boom, we just did something,
Illegal.
no, it's not illegal. We had permission by this subject to go ahead and do that.
Wait,
So now we have
Don't
some.
come knocking in the door. You
Now
hear
we have
that?
some cars, and so let me hear our background report so far.
Subject is a 59-year-old Indian male,
5'8".
5'8".
Owns his own business.
Business.
What's the name of the business?
RJ Tours LLC.
Right.
Tours.
Since 2005.
At least since 2005. Prior to that, appears that he's had other business licenses in his own name,
Right.
going back to about 1999. Which means what? Which could mean what? Why do a lot of foreigners always have their own businesses? You should know the answer to this.
No, I don't.
They want to pay income tax.
Or they're not legal.
Right.
They're not legal yet.
They're not
They got a
legal
work
residents.
visa.
Or they don't have, they don't have anything.
Yeah, they're just
That's
illegal.
why they're their own bosses.
But what
they're
happens
an
is a lot
employer.
of people come into the country with a work visa,
And then it
and they
expires.
never leave. And all those people are just
Not a work
working
visa. They
What
come
they
in
call
with a visitor's
Visa.
visa. Yes.
And then that expires.
It's hard to get a work visa. Yeah,
Yeah.
that expires, but they stay. They
Right.
can't go to work for an employer because they don't have a social security card, although we have a social security
So
card.
they have to work underneath the table.
So they work for themselves. They open up their own business. Now we do have a social security number for him, so that would not apply for this guy. This guy, my friend, appears to be completely legal. We don't want to imply that he's here illegal for any reason.
And he lives in Windermere.
Okay, now we found an address that was not previously disclosed.
Mm-hmm.
Through DMV records, he has a post office box, but he also indicated a physical address. Now he just renewed his cars in July on his birthday. Remember?
July
The registration sticker on the back of your car is going to be a good way for us to spot whose car's who if we go into an apartment complex. We see all these cars, and we're trying to say, my subject's going to come out, which cars are you going to get in? I'm looking at all the cars. If I find a couple cars, I jot down the tags, and what do?
Watch the cars.
What's your cars?
I run the tags,
Run
do
the
tag talk, right? On my phone.
On the phone. Yeah.
Boom, run them. Find out who owns each of those cars, or watch those cars. I would run
If
tag
you just
talk.
got it off the DMV site, doesn't he? Aren't those cars registered to him?
Now, in this particular case, yeah, we got those 3 cars. They're registered to him. We got that straight from DMV. So, to keep going, he doesn't have a criminal history.
Right.
Doesn't appear to have been involved in any type of civil suits. Hasn't sued anybody. Isn't being sued.
Does not appear to have any criminal history.
No criminal history. Plus, we ran a criminal history check on him through FDLE, even though we didn't get it back. But let's assume that it came back clean. He has no statewide criminal history according to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Any reason not to hire this guy?
No.
Is there any reason not to rent to this guy?
No.
Do you think that you could put together a report that would say this guy seems to be okay to rent to or to employ?
Yeah.
Based on the information we found.
Yes. We found nothing what?
No wrong. Unless you don't like her.
Nothing that would indicate any reason for this.
Subject to be declined or, yeah,
Right.
nothing derogatory. We found no derogatory information
But in this
regarding
case
individual.
about child support, was this the one with child support?
We were just doing a background investigation. This case is about something a lot different, you know. This, where rents are going to have to go find this guy, confirm where he lives, where is he working, how much is he working. What else could we do on this guy? We could run a driving record on him since he does drive a lot. He's been involved in about 4 accidents.
You do a credit check.
So we'd have to have a signed release to do a credit check.
Okay. That's right.
That's the only way to do a credit check? You can't, so you have no access to it.
And you don't want any access to it.
So if you go to annual credit report,
.com for
.com.
you, yeah.
but for another person, they just, no.
Fair credit reporting act prohibited, so
So it's illegal too.
it's illegal to access that information. So we could run a driving record. We might, if he's applying for a job as a driver, we might want to look a little bit more into those accidents. Find out how many of those accidents he was at fault. We probably would want to put an asterisk in there to say that he's been in the transportation business maybe 15, 20 years, depending if those other businesses were transportation too, which they probably were.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're in business 20 years and you drive for a living and you have 3 or 4 accidents. I mean, that might be understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if maybe 2 of them aren't even your fault. One of them's your fault. 20 years driving on the road every day and you've had 1 accident.
It's very good.
Yeah. I mean, people look at me and they say, gosh, John, you have, you get 3 tickets a year. But, I drive like 70,000 miles a year. Some people aren't even do 70,000 miles in 3 years.
Right.
No, that's no excuse to speed, but it sounds good as an explanation. So we could, like I said, we could run a driving record. You said we could run a criminal history check, but we'd have to have a release.
Mm-hmm.
What else would you want to know about an individual?
Well, if you wanted, you could go to Facebook and see if he has a Facebook page.
Good idea?
His wife probably does if she's 25.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facebook. Another great source of information, without a doubt.
They said a lot of jobs are doing that when you apply for
Yeah.
No, a lot of bosses too. When they were talking about the boss, the employees on Facebook.
Yes.
You found out what they were saying about it.
Well,
That happened to my sister where she works. They
yeah.
were talking about her on Facebook. Mm-hmm.
When my son went for an interview, they asked him on the spot what was his password for Facebook, and they looked it up when he was right there in front of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
because they want to be able to look at it and ask you questions right then and there. So you're like,
Oh, wow. How does Facebook work? Because I don't have a Facebook account. When I saw the movie, how the guy stole from these kids that were in college, I boycotted it.
really?
Yeah.
It's pretty harmless.
Because, huh?
It's pretty harmless. Only put what you don't have to put everything in the world on there.
Yeah.
What happens is a lot of people get carried away.
Yeah. Let's say
This couple turns around, they're in Orlando, Florida. So we're going to the movies now. No, we're going to downtown Orlando to watch a show. Turn around, we'll be gone. We'll be back at 11. They went in, broke in the house, took the TV, took the flash screen, came back. When they did the investigation, they turned around. They said, "Okay, are you on Facebook?" He said, "Yes." "Okay, how many friends you got?" "Okay, let's check." They checked everything. They had cameras in the house. They went on Facebook, looked at the picture, said, "That's the guy that broke into your house." It was one of the buddies. Easy case. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Okay, so this is Facebook. I just signed in. This is my Facebook account. This is some friends of mine. This is my son's ex-girlfriend, who's still my friend. This is my son in New York. right there. That's his dog that he left at my house. This is him in college with his buddies. Let's see. That's him.
Oh my gosh.
Of course, they got beer. This kid here has a big scar right here on his head from spring break, senior year. This kid's here a doctor. He's at Harvard Med. This kid here is like he doesn't even need to be in college. He's like super, super rich. So is this kid. Yeah, this kid's dad flies in. I'm like the poor guy. Yeah. I'm the poor guy everywhere. Let's see. Okay, so if I wanted to search somebody, I would go. You have to be logged in. You have to have a Facebook account.
Okay.
And I would do RAJENDRA.
But you get it to somebody's account. Don't they have to accept you as a friend or
It
something?
depends. He could be open or it could be closed. Do we have any? Nikki Joshi looks pretty good from Penn State. Let's check her out real quick. Then we'll go back. Okay. All right.
What was the wife's name? She probably.
Is that the
Is
25-year-old
that, you
wife?
think that's his wife?
Not her. No, her name's like Tavinda or something.
Raja and Joshi.
So as you're doing all these searches, you have a piece of paper next to you and a pen. And as you're doing that, you're writing it down like that, just in case you want to record anything. You
Yeah.
like her name. You write it down. Then when you get to that, you say, "Is that her name?" Oh.
Yeah. I'll write it down. Keep track of it. Okay, Joshi. You said there was nothing, right? Oh, let's try to turn it around. Sometimes they put stuff in backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Joshi. Rajendra. No. What was the name of his company?
RJ Tours LLC.
Yeah.
See if you go to the PI school.
Mm-hmm.
Has a webpage.
Ah.
Oh, Nikki wants to stay there. PI. There it is. PI school.
Oh, cool.
All right. So he's not on Facebook. What else?
Google.
Google his name. Very good. Google his name.
And his business.
Rajendra. Profile. He's got a LinkedIn profile. There are 25 professionals by that name. Facebook. Says he's on Facebook.
Is that what the dude looks like?
Lives in Bangalore, India. It's probably not our guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look at the people down here. Other.
You'd have to look at his.
Those are
If you
activities.
go to his friends over here, he has 403 friends.
Good God.
Wow, it's better than my other friend. She got 3 and 1 pending.
Is this another one?
It's probably the same guy.
No, there's a different guy.
He's young.
Yeah, he lives in Lahagat.
Or he knows Hindi.
In English.
He knows Hindi and English. He knows Pushpa. Oh, he knows Korean Joshi. That's it. Let's just make sure we know what she looks like. Oh, yeah. That's Korean. Damn, might move to India. Alright, let's see. We could do Russia, Rajande Russia, Orlando. maybe.
Mm-hmm.
How about
RJ Tours.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, RJ Tours Orlando. Transportation.
Here we are.
They have their own website. Is this it?
Yeah.
OrlandoRJTours.com.
Welcome to RJ Tours.
Contact us.
Great. So we have from. Oh, they're doing from the airport.
Universal Studios.
Mm. Getting pretty good money.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so they have their website. We didn't do Sunbiz.
What's Sunbiz?
Sunbiz is where we look up his corporate filings. Sunbiz, search our records. We want to look by inquire by registered officer, registered agent. This will give us the largest database. Rajendra Joshi. Rajendra. Next page. Let's look up RJ Tours. Look it up by name. Acquire by name. That's business name. RJ Tours.
There it is, first one, first two.
LLC.
Yeah. Well, that's
It
for
says
RNJ,
active.
but that says RNJ.
Okay.
There's another one if you go back. It's the second one, RJ Tours, yeah.
Administratively dissolved. It's not that one either.
94.
Oh.
RJ Tours. Inactive.
What about RJ Towing Recovery and Transport?
I thought there was 3. Let's look for RJ Tours. It could be a fictitious name. RJ Tours, RJ Tours. We tried all 3 of these.
Yeah,
They're all inactive.
yeah.
Alright. Let's go to.
So
On
that
this
means
cursor-
he's not registered?
No, he's not a corporation.
Oh.
This is inquire by name, the name of the company. This is the person an officer of the corporation? Is he the president, vice president, treasurer, director, or is he the registered agent? So if we put his name in here, it would tell us if he's the officer of a corporation. We put the corporation's name in here, it'll tell us if it's a corporation or a limited liability company. He had LLC, but
You have his FEI number.
yeah, maybe it's a maybe it's a fictitious name. RJ, let's try this, RJ Tours. RJ Tours Transportation, RJ Tours. Says he's active. Not our guy. I will try the FEIN number. Good idea. Same dude. And people wonder why you bill out hour, 2 hours, 3 hours for doing this
Yeah.
sometimes.
What is it, like 50% is on the internet?
On a case like this, I mean, you could spend a couple hours, and then I haven't even gone out to do the case yet, you know?
What do you normally charge for a background check? I know you said 35, but gosh, you just got that.
No, I don't charge. I never said I charge 35. I said I charge $35 just for this report. I'll run it and email it to them.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. But if you did
I charge hourly. It's just
oh, okay.
I bill out hourly. If I was gonna flat rate somebody something, I think I told this lady $250. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna have somebody else work on it for experience. All right. People work. Anybody see it? Read it out.
20-3519-146. Right on the top.
R period or JR. What do we have? RJ?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, that's slick.
Yeah. JR Tours.
Latest event amendment tour. He changed his name.
Amended and name change.
Last event. P.O. Box. Sandberry address.
Change the name. Let's see. Let's see if I had it.
It was filed April 18th, 2011.
That's annual report. Where's this name change?
Those are the company
Name
name.
change. Let's see. Oh, subject. Limited liability company, Limo One Orlando. We just wrote it down to RJ Tours LLC. So we know a little bit more about him. Rajendra or Raksha.
That's a phone number, sir.
Yeah.
We would like the company name to be changed to RJ Tours LLC. And we would like you to change the registered agent to Rajendra Rashi. Everything else will remain the same. Should you have any questions, please contact us. Okay, very good. Anything else? What else could we do?
On the internet? Trying to think where else we can search.
We Googled them, we searched them, yeah, I mean, we could have kept going, but the idea is there. Internet search, Facebook search, database, work comp, driving record, criminal history, courthouse record search,
Business record
vehicle
search.
search.
Business records.
business records. Pretty thorough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
And so then you would compile this information, but you'd still have to go out, right?
Well, it depends what your objective is.
Right. I mean, if it was just that, you could.
Compile your report.
Right.
Now you're giving a report based on the research that you've done on the individual through, public and private. You're accurate as a private source. The internet are all public source information, so it would be from public and private source. You compose the following confidential report. This report, this report will give you a basic overall idea or understanding of the individual. I found nothing derogatory during any of my searches, and then let them make the decision.
Okay.